What is going on, shrimp keepers? This is Rob with flipaquatics.com. Today I'm going to show you around our fish room that has a ton of stuff in here, so you guys stay tuned. First tank up, this is our Galaxy tank. These are Galaxy Pintos. A mix of different grades in here. Males, females. There's probably about 75 shrimp in here. And these guys are real interesting to grade. You can actually see there's a buried female holding some eggs. So that's always exciting. That's a nice, pretty nice fishbone pattern. Some really pretty ones in here. So these are all for sale. All the shrimp in the video today are on sale, or are for sale on our website, flipaquatics.com, if you guys want to check that out. But they're just eating right now. We're feeding them some Shrimp King protein, get that extra protein in there. But yeah, these guys are doing really good for us. Here you can see some crystal reds, a bunch of different grades. These guys actually have some really good color. They're just getting to the point where they're breeding age. Yeah, they do have some really good color. You grade them based on pattern and also based on the color of them. And these guys have some pretty good color. Their pattern isn't the highest grade, but like this one, you know, you see the less red they have, the better the pattern grade. So this one's a really nice one. And so far so good. These guys, I'm really impressed with them. And they've been doing really well for us. This is one of our Michelin tanks. It's mainly black Michelins. We've actually had this line going for probably about 8 years. No, not 8 years. Sorry, probably about 5 years. And we've kept them going, and they've been doing really well for us. They breed like crazy. They get really big. And these ones just look like crystal blacks. You can see there's a buried one up front. The moss in the back is looking really good. I'm not sure what type it is, but it's actually really pretty, and it has a lot of buds on it. So it's always cool to see. This is our yellow King Kong breeding tank. You can see there's a buried one in the front, and these guys are beautiful, and they're much easier to keep than the yellow Neocaridina, at least for us. You can see there's some babies, and they tend to do really good. They just need some you know, acidic water, low GH, low KH, and they reproduce really good. And they are stunning. This is one of our breeding colonies of Royal Blues that we've been working with for probably about 4 or 5 years again, and we haven't called this tank in a long time, probably about a year and a half, just trying to get the numbers up, breeding them, trying to get more Royal Blues, and then probably in about 4 months we'll probably call them again and separate them by color and stripe and all that. But you can see this tank is just doing really good. It's taken a while for it to really rebound again, but it's finally getting there, which is really exciting, and it's good to finally see progress on the Royal Blues side. Here's another colony of Royal Blues. This one's doing good also. You can see there's a really nice one at the top. There's another really nice one. There's some algae in this tank, but that's what you want when you got a breeding tank going. We got a big wad of subwasser tank in the back. You got just babies all over the place. You know, not as high grade in here, but there are some really nice ones, and that's what we're looking for. And then we can selectively breed them here in the future. But really excited with the Royal Blues finally having a comeback. Here's another colony of Royal Blues. We got 6 of these total, but here's one that's probably doing the best and having the most success as far as Royal Blues go. You can see most of them are really nice dark color, not as many stripes as in some of the other tanks. And so really excited for these guys to take off and do good. And here you can see there's a really nice buried female, some other nice shrimp. So that's really exciting to see. And again, I can't wait to finally have these back in stock and breeding and selling them again. Alright, so this is the last little tank of royal blues I'll show. This tank is a 20-gallon long, and it's been doing actually really good for us. Again, we got the subwasser tank in here, the matin filter, all that stuff that we highly recommend for breeding these guys. Breeding any shrimp, really, it's a really good filtration. But yeah, these guys, like, again, cannot wait to have these guys back in stock, and glad to finally see them reproducing and doing good. Alright, next up we got a breeding tank of red Taiwan bees. You got a bunch of different patterns in here. We've kept, the ones that we really like, and we let them breed, and so they're actually, they're doing really good. We got quite a few babies. As you look around the tank, you can see there's a bunch back there in the corner. We just got a big thing of moss in here, which gives them plenty of hiding space. We got the big old matin filter, which is a 40-gallon, and you can just see, like, there's just tons of different patterns and colors, and these are really nice quality. And so this has been a fun tank to watch and just see, as it progresses through the years, or through the months, not years. We probably only had this tank going for about 7 or 8 months. And so, yeah, so doing really good. Next, we have a breeding colony of tangerine tigers. You can see there's some really small ones. And these ones are probably from our 3rd import. And so they're probably on generation number 2. But these ones, it's nice when you import, because you end up getting shrimp and then they just stay in the tank for a while, and then they start breeding, and then you don't want to get rid of them, and then this is what happens. Then we got some giant weepy moss in here, or willow moss, and then yeah, so this tank's always fun to watch. We got an Anubias pinto in here too, for all you plant lovers out there, but it's kind of losing its color, but it is a very healthy looking plant. And yeah, this tank's been a lot of fun for us. And these are just really great beginner Caridinas. They're not too hard to keep, not very hard to breed. You just kind of put them in the tank with the right parameters, and you can see what happens. They're just everywhere. And, oh, there's a little crystal red that's snuck in there. Wonder how that stinker got in there. I'll have to net him out real quick. Now, these guys are one of my absolute personal favorites. This is the bamboo shrimp. These are much bigger than normal shrimp. These ones are about 3.5, 4 inches. Really interesting patterns, colors on them. You can see, like, this one down here has dots on it as opposed to stripes. This one has like a camouflage pattern, and they're really cool. And just how they eat is really fun to watch. Like, here's one down here eating, and they're just a lot of fun. And these are bigger, so they can actually go into your fish tanks. They won't be picked on like other shrimp would. And really interesting to watch. You want to have a lot of flow with them. You want to have some driftwood, some things for them to hang out on. And we feed these guys Shrimp King Atopsis, which is a really good food for them. But it's crazy the amount of food that these guys eat, so you have to feed them a lot. And you definitely don't want them to starve to death, which happens more often than you would think. But just some good flow. Like, we got the matin filter running, and most of the time they're back here against the wall waiting for the food to come at them. So very cool. So one thing I did want to point out, if you guys are interested in any of the shrimp in the video, up until this point or after this, most of them we have on our website. But if you see something we don't have on our website, feel free to email me, rob@flipaquatics.com, and I will gladly talk with you about getting those shrimp in your hands, because we want to connect shrimp with people that will appreciate them and breed them. And so that is our whole goal. We want to grow this hobby, make it huge. And so if there's anything I can do to help you guys, please feel free to contact me, rob@flipaquatics.com, and we look forward to working with you. Alright, so this tank is actually my wife's personal tank that she keeps at the shop. And she kind of takes away all of her favorite shrimp from all the different import orders that we do, and she puts them all in one tank and keeps them in here. And you get a huge mix of different colors and patterns and types. And then, she just lets them breed, and then we'll see what the babies turn out to look like. You can see there's a baby, or two babies right there. There's another baby right there. And there's a really nice galaxy male. There's a red galaxy right there. And so she really enjoys this. And you can see over here, like, there's some babies hanging out in the glass. You know, again, all different patterns. There's a baby in front of that one. And so this is a fun tank just to watch, you know, unfold and see what comes of it. Again, some really nice galaxies and different things in here. But that's the fun of, you know, importing shrimp for yourself. You get to pick out the really pretty ones and have fun with them. And like that blue bolt is just amazing. And oh, love this tank. Alright, so this is another Galaxy Pinto tank. There's a nice BOA looking one right there. And then we got some reds in here along with the blacks. There's actually a decent amount of babies in here, which you can see one right there. There's another one up front. And so I'm really excited for these babies to start hatching out too and growing up and seeing what we have and just kind of having fun with it. But this is kind of like our leftover galaxies from different import orders. Now, of course I'm getting a phone call. But yes, so these are the ones that were kind of left over, or maybe ones that we liked, and we put in the tank and we kind of kept them because they were getting close to breeding age. And now we got some babies out of them, so it's always exciting to see that happen. And you know, just raising up baby shrimp is a lot of fun, so really excited to see what all these babies turn out. Alright, so that was my dad that called. He's calling about installing the electrical for our new shrimp room. So you guys will have more videos on that to come. But right now you're looking at our black Taiwan Bee tank. This is one that we keep, these ones, and I've been breeding them out. You can see the ground is just littered with babies. And so yeah, we try to do some breeding. We're not just importers. We enjoy the breeding aspect of it too. And so that's why we're setting up the 40-20 long breeding rack. And hopefully a lot of these older shrimp that we have will get moved to that. And we'll get back to the roots of it. But like, this girl is just gorgeous. Really nice quality, really solid colors. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So loving the Taiwan Bees right now, absolutely. Here's one of our mixed Taiwan Bee tanks. This is what you would get if you ordered the black Taiwan Bees off our website, the 5-pack. They come with these mixed ones, which have, you know, a decent amount of black King Kongs. We try to do at least one of those, and then the normal panda type. But there's some really pretty shrimp. Like this one's just gorgeous. The Missouri, full focus, and then just some really unique looking black King Kongs. You know, 1 stripe, 2 stripe, and it's a lot of fun. And the way you grade it is, pandas will look a lot like this. They have at least 3 stripes. The King Kongs will have, you know, maybe 1 stripe, 2 stripe, and so all these I would consider King Kongs. That one's more of a panda type. So yeah, so you get a lot of different variations, but I mean, these honestly are one of my favorite right now. I just really enjoy the black, and yeah, they're just looking really good, and you know, the different variations are a lot of fun to breed out in the different patterns. Now, we currently don't have these on the website, but these are one of our personal favorites that we're breeding. These are orange-eyed blue tigers. You can see they're mixed in with some yellow rabbit snails, which again, we do sell these on the website, the yellow rabbit snails. This is actually one of our breeding colonies. You can see a baby there. There's another little baby right there, one right there, and they're just a lot of fun to breed, along with the orange-eyed blue tigers. You don't see these too often anymore, and so we're trying to get a good breeding colony of them going, which so far so good. We've had this line for about 2 years now, and you can tell that we've had it for a long time because it doesn't have the matin filter in the tank. This tank's just been up and running. That's an old piece of driftwood that I got probably 4 years ago, and just the standard sponge filters in this tank. But all in all, they're doing really good, and I'm loving the different colors. Some really nice blues, some blondes, but really enjoying the breeding aspect. Next up, we got some red fancy tigers. These guys are like a crystal / tiger mix, and they call them red fancies. And you grade these ones by like how much white they have versus how much red, how solid is the color, and all that. And these guys could go up to $150, you know, $300 for really nice ones, maybe even $1,000 for like the competition grade. But the ones you're looking at in here, these are just our normal grade. There's some really nice ones in here. Like this one's actually got really good color. Some of these white ones over here have really good color, and I really do enjoy these. These are probably one of my favorite shrimp. Not my favorite, but definitely up there. Just because like the red versus the white is always a really nice contrast, and yeah, love these guys. I want to get a good breeding colony of these going. I'll show you next our high grade tank that we have, and there's some really stunning ones over there. Alright, so these are our really high end ones as far as the red fancies go. They have a lot of white versus the red, really unique patterns. They're not really showing up good on the camera, but there are just some really nice ones in here. And some of these we, you know, go for about $350. So that's probably about the price range that these are. But some really absolutely gorgeous ones. And I feel like these guys are really catching on to popularity lately. And I'm excited to get a breeding colony or two of these going here in the near future, especially once we get that new 40 rack set up. And just look at them. Just really stunning. Now, there are not a lot of shrimp in this tank, but they're definitely ones worth pointing out. These are the Dancing Man Safari line by Monica Poehler. A really good friend of ours. She's from Germany. She's been breeding these guys. You can see there's a buried one right there. There's a nice red one in the back. And these guys sell for about $600 a piece, sometimes a little bit more. But the color on them is just like outstanding. And you just don't see shrimp like this too often. We unfortunately had to get rid of some to one of Monica's friends. We sent them to him. But luckily we still have a nice little group for breeding left. Hopefully these eggs are going to hatch out soon from that one. And we'll really get a colony going of these. So just loving the breeding aspect of it. Just look at that stunner. Amazing color on her. So this is our kind of breeding colony of blue bolts, but we got some of the black Mazuras in there too that have the blue pattern, which there's another one right there. And then we have some up on the filter. We actually, I don't even know how we originally got these, but we've had them for so long. And there's some nice buried ones in the mix. So we're just kind of letting these breed out and see what comes of them. Maybe move them over to the selective breeding rack once we get it up and going. But yeah, I mean, interesting looking shrimp. You know, the black head, the blue body. Some of them are higher grade than others. Like that one doesn't really have much blue. But I'm really interested to see how the babies turn out on these. And so we're going to keep them around for another, you know, month or two, see what comes of them, and hopefully get some really pretty looking babies out of them. Next up, we have another tank of the mixed black Taiwan Bees, which again you're seeing some of the like really nice panda type, really nice King Kong type, and just a really good mix in here. And so again, really one of my favorites. We got quite a few tanks of these guys, and you know, you get some blue coming out on the white color, which is, you know, considered a shadow panda, which are a lot of fun. And definitely some work to be done on these guys, some breeding to be done, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Like, I seriously cannot wait for a 40 rack of 20s to go up and really start selectively breeding some of these guys and seeing what we can create. Now this is our mixed tank of red pintos, which got a bunch of different colors in here. A lot of different variations, not different colors, different patterns, sorry. And again, the red to white color is always really fascinating for me. It creates a lot of contrast. I think that's why the crystal reds are so popular. And just like this one has such a dark red to it, it really is beautiful. But really, I know I keep saying I really enjoy these guys. I really enjoy Caridina. The Caridina shrimp are just so much fun. A lot more of selective breeding to be done. A lot more of mixing that you could do. They're just a really fun shrimp to work with. Alright, so here's a tank of some extreme black King Kongs we have going. You can see them all over the filter. A lot of these have no white at all, which you see like this one down front. Like, literally not an inch of white on the body. There's actually a blue hue coming off of it, which is really cool. And so these ones are always a stunner. The only thing with them is if you have a black substrate, they'll blend in a lot. So you have to have some highlight on them. But these, we've actually been selling these in our Taiwan Bee starter packs. You know, we have one that is black Taiwan Bee starter pack, which comes with 10 mixed black Taiwan Bees, and then 2 of these guys. So those have been doing really well for us, and I'm glad that these are going off to some good homes so people can really appreciate them. And this is definitely one type of shrimp that will be on the selected breeding rack for sure. If you have some black extreme King Kongs, you gotta have some red extreme King Kongs. So that's what's up next. Again, these guys are just stunners. Absolutely love the red. I probably like the black better, but these guys, again, like, still absolutely beautiful. These will stand out more on the black substrate, so that's the nice thing about them. Like, you can just kind of sit back and see all the different ones throughout here. And we do have the red Taiwan Bee starter pack also, which includes 2 of these guys and 10 mixed ones, so definitely a lot of fun. Alright, so we definitely have a lot more shrimp that we didn't touch on, but those will be coming out in a later video. I didn't want to make it too long, so I want to keep it short, sweet, to the point, show you guys some tanks that we've been breeding and working with. And so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, definitely subscribe, hit that notification bell. We definitely appreciate it. And you can check us out on flipaquatics.com, and we appreciate it. So thank you guys for all the love and support, and we'll be talking with you guys soon. Later.